another wonderful episode of the Trip Off This podcast show. A podcast where we talk about wild things for you to trip off. That's music, politics, games, tech, science, really whatever we want. My name is Tevin. The face you're about to see, the voice you're about to hear is none other than your Man Crush Monday every single Monday of the year, even on leap years, you cowards. Josiah.
Yo.
And we're going to start this podcast off with Area 51. Somebody started a Facebook page. We all know Area 51. We're all going to storm the gates. They can't kill us all. And that is just, it's such a hilarious thing because, like,
that is not the attitude that we really have on any level.
Yeah, and, like, there's obviously so many barriers in even thinking that was going to be, like, any type of real plan. Like, Imagine, let's just say things go absolutely great for these people, and there is aliens or alien technology there, and they storm the gates, and they can't kill us all, and it's like a World War I scene where people are climbing over bodies to get into the facility.
It's like that episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the zombies all just crawling.
It's the Battle of Winterfell outside Area 51, and you get in, right? Like, who's to say, like, where you're gonna go? Like, let's say you just get into the main lobby. Like, what's your next move?
So you're running. You're going to Area 51. The guy next to you, he goes down. Guy on the other side goes down, but you get through.
You make it through.
You get through the hole that other people have cut through the fence somehow.
Yep.
Now you're in the facility. First move.
You're not.
You're going to a building, right?
You're going towards like, if you're saying you're pulling up to the immediate ground.
I mean, you're gonna have to, like, kill a guard and get, like, a pass card, like a video game or something.
Literally, like, and even, like, to get to the aliens.
What if the guards swap sides and they're like, you know what? I want to know what's down there too.
Yeah, that'd be, like, the best way to do it. You'd have to get there.
Get someone on the inside.
Yeah, get there a day early and just make some small talk with the guard. You know, like, oh yeah, these are my kids. Yeah, I mean, I'm just here, just play coy. Like, I'm just here to, take in the sights and the sounds, and then, like, start talking about you heard that Joe Rogan podcast with that guy? Like, and he's like, oh no, I haven't heard it. Like, you're like, oh, I'll send you the link right now. Listen to it on the way home. He listens to it, and then he comes back the next day, and you're, like, radicalizing him. As the days go on.
Why do they think there are secrets at Area 51? Because they, like, saw stuff in the sky. It's like a military test facility, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're just gonna, like, blow up a bomb in the distance, and everybody's gonna go home.
Yo, it's crazy.
Be safe.
How many people I've watched videos where people are like where journalists and reporters are, like, speaking to people who, like, live, because people don't even understand how in the middle of nowhere Area 51 is. Like, it's like 3 hours from, like, on dirt roads from, like, the next closest, like, gas station, restaurant, like...
Yeah, no, logistics hotel. Are, like, impossible. All they have to do is block one dirt road, and in theory, they can't get there in their normal car. It
was crazy. But, like, the journalists and reporters that were talking to, like, the hotel owner, the next closest hotel, it's, like, capacity of, like, 250 people.
It's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle
of nowhere. That's
why
it's a bomb testing place.
But these people were just like, yeah, we're ready for it. There's a certain buzz in the air. Like, we're preparing for, like, thousands of people. And I was like, dude, like, they said, like, 1 million people said they were interested in going on Facebook. And
I said, like, I was interested in going on Facebook. That doesn't mean anything.
No, true.
I'm not going.
They were saying that, like, I don't know, like, what was it, like, Las Vegas only has, like, 4 million people living in it.
Yeah.
So
like, it's like if all of Las
the
Vegas.
idea of, like, 1 million people coming at one time is like so unfathomable and unrealistic and impossible. Like, it would literally break Las Vegas. It's just not logistically possible. But it is gonna be fun as hell to see, because let's break this down to a different level. I feel like this whole Area 51 thing is, like, peak internet millennial culture event. And, like, I'm just gonna be curious to see what the turnout is, because, like, I've also watched videos of people who, like, run Area 51 conspiracy website pages, and they're just like, do you think Area 51 is a new idea? You think that's revolutionary? You think? I've been running this website for 25 years. We've been talking on forums for storming Area 51 for decades, okay? You say you ain't reinventing the wheel here. They were, like, kind of offended. But
they're all, like, posers. Everyone else is posers.
Yeah, like, y'all, yeah, exactly. Y'all hipsters. Y'all Area 51 hipsters.
Damn.
I've been running this blog getting 38 clicks a year for 13 years.
I bet that's where they keep all the flat earth stuff.
Like, that's where all the flat earth data is?
Yeah, the facts. And, yeah, the stuff they're hiding from us.
Yeah, that's the stuff there. I've actually like, and that's another thing too. Like, at this point, the crazy thing is though, let's put our tinfoil hats on.
Okay.
If there wasn't anything there that was important, why would they defend it so heavily? Think about it.
I don't know.
Think about it.
I mean,
I gotta get
I
like
think
Eddie
they just
Bravo.
test military equipment.
Just
I
look
mean,
into
that
it.
is a good excuse to do some other though. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's also like, I don't know, man. Like, at this point, it's stupid for the U.S. government to keep anything secret there. Like, they should just open
They
it up,
definitely don't.
make it a tourist attraction, let people in for tours, and like just have it as a defunct military base. We have like 300. How many military bases do we have around the world in other people's countries? Why does Area 51 need to actually still be operational?
Because it's a prime location to blow things up.
Yeah, like it's
just real empty. There's just nothing there. That's why it was chosen. It's the middle of the desert.
Are they even blowing things up there anymore?
How crazy it is that there's deserts in our country. Like, our country's so huge, it encompasses all these different like biomes.
Right.
Like, think about where we live and how different we are than people who would live in a desert. Well, I mean, like, obviously not too different, but like just like what we're used to climatically, like our diets, if we were like actually subsisting off what we would eat in the area or whatever.
100%.
But
like,
I don't know, it's just real different.
Yeah, like it's funny because like nowadays in like games, like most open world games, like try to fit all 4 seasons or types of mad different climates so that they can like advertise it. And it's like, nah, that's really how it is though. Like it is crazy.
But I feel like in the past, you never would have seen like crazy different biomes unless you really went out of your way to.
True. You would have just whatever you lived around you would have been what you knew.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I always think about that. I always think about like cars make the world so much smaller.
Planes even smaller.
Yeah, and then like the boats even smaller. It's like wait, what?
Boats smaller than planes?
Yeah, oh no, I guess not. For a second I was like, planes can't go across the ocean, what the hell? I'm fried. But
boats definitely did it first.
Yeah. But either way, it's crazy, bro. Like, I always think about like, damn, if the apocalypse, like, and all the highways were blocked, like, yo, if somebody was like, oh, there's an quarantine zone in Boston, and like your only option was to walk there, I'd be like, I can't make it. like walking to like somewhere.
Boston?
Yeah, like the idea of having to walk.
And what how we hot it'll be in the future, like that'll, no way.
You'd be through swamp. But like, it is crazy. I often think about that. Maybe that's just like extremely paranoid thought to continually have. But I'm always like, damn, bro, if the highways were ever blocked and we had to walk places, man, I ain't trying to walk. I would if I had to, but man, it'd be far.
So, it's kind of random, but how are you gonna feel if, like, in the future, this might not happen, but there's like some climate apocalypse, like it's super hot, like everything's breaking down, like nothing's working anymore. Whatever.
I'm envisioning it.
Society's falling apart, and like you see people that were like climate deniers hardcore right now, and like we're super against all that stuff, and now like everybody's suffering because of it. How do you feel about it? Like, do you feel like haha, I'm right, or is it just like it doesn't even matter? But I feel like I would take a slight solace in the fact that this person is so stupid they probably don't even think that like they did this somehow still.
I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not above it. So like I'm definitely too petty to not hold something against them, but also like if they're denying it now, who's to say they wouldn't still be denying it? Like if we get hit with some solar flare,
like wow, it's 1,000 degrees. Like.
Yeah, like the Earth has always gone through phases like this, and like as it's 300 degrees and the ocean is so salty and filled with trash that we can't swim in it, and all these terrible things happen. And like I actually read an article, bro. This was like absolutely horrifying, but it was like, let me look up the name of it so I don't just sound like a complete idiot.
I want to be factually correct. If it just burned us all off like a fever.
What's crazy is
would do pretty well.
The theory is that like how storms keep increasing in size, like that's That's Mother Earth's attempt to wipe the scabs off of her body. that's like Marianne Williamson's Democratic platform. Yeah, we've made the Earth sick, and a hurricane hitting coastal United States is only the Earth's attempt to rid herself from the cancer that is humanity.
That's deep. That's deep.
That's a wild platform. All right. Anyways, yo, I read an article. Right, this is crazy. It was about a hold on a Pacific island, the Marshall Islands. Mm-hmm. Have you ever read about those?
Yeah, they're like small islands out in the Pacific.
Yeah, that like the United States government bought so they could like test nuclear. Weapons on. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna screenshot this so we can put the picture up. But yo, basically, like the U.S. government in the 80s, or not in the 80s, in the 40s and 50s, they were using these islands to test nuclear missiles on, and they took a really small one and lit off a nuclear weapon, and it made like this crater, and the crater was filled with let me find out the specific chemical. Plutonium-239, which is one of the most toxic chemicals known to man, and like so this bomb exploded, right? And this was the thing that was so stupid and had no foresight by, I guess, the government at the time. Like, the island was so small, dude. Like the island was like 200 feet by 400 feet, and the crater is like 100 feet by 100 feet. So it's like 75% of this island is the crater at this point.
And it's just full of plutonium.
It's full of plutonium in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But what was crazy is, I'm going to show you a picture of it. What was crazy is they were like, oh man, what are we going to do? And they were like, let's just cover it with sheet metal. So they just covered the whole of the crater with sheet metal. And now they're like, this is leaking, one. And two, like, this island isn't going to be here in 15 years. It's going to be underwater. So, like, it's definitely going to, like...
wipe out the ocean.
Like this 1950 aluminum tin thing is not going to be able to withstand being under... Dude, look at the picture of it. They're like, yeah, about that. That's going to be gone in a few years, bro. Like...
You get all your news from the Israeli Times?
No, this was a completely random article that somebody sent me that I swear might have given my phone a virus. But outside of that, I was shocked by the picture. I actually clicked this link. Somebody posted it on Facebook, and the person who posted it, like, is mad spiritual, mad soulful, like when he's making his social media posts, he spells I-E-Y-E, no matter the context that he uses it. You know what I mean? So it's
that's
like,
deep.
Yeah, exactly. Deep. Very deep. Yo, I'm gonna show you the picture of this, Jason. Look at that, bro. That looks like the worst idea I've ever seen in my life, yo. But anyways, yeah, that's just a little bit of your Sunday scaries. You know what I mean? Like. But yeah, it was wild, and I was just thinking, like, there's probably so much stupid things we did like that back then that just had terrible long-term effects on the climate. But also, like I said, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we were walking around in a hellscape and people were just like, yeah, it's just a phase of the earth. We got an ice age coming. I can feel it as don't have clean drinking water or something. So, like, to answer your question in a very long-winded way, I'm gonna be petty about it, but like, I'm not gonna take joy in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, I probably will.
Like, you're not gonna...
I'm not gonna...
give a sip from your canteen to somebody who's like...
Who knows, man? I don't know. I just feel like people are the worst.
People are the worst. So we were, on the drive over here, we can talk about some music. We were listening to DaBaby.
We were listening to Chance the Rapper.
That's true. We were listening to Chance the Rapper.
The song he had with DaBaby.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper.
Called Hot Shower. Pretty good.
How do you feel about Chance the Rapper? To be honest,
he can get a little preachy sometimes.
He can. That's partly one of my issues with him. I just feel like, I don't know. It's so cliche and so whack to say. I just feel like we're not gonna get acid rap Chance anymore. It's like, man,
he's too big now.
It's just
he's sold out.
I don't know about sold out, but like, I don't know. I just feel like it's super hard for artists to obviously continually putting out great projects because like think about it, their solo project, like they have, let's say they're 25 years old when they drop it, they have 25 years of lived life experience to put into a single project, and then they drop that project and they just wipe the slate clean, and then they have like 7 months or whatever, or like a year and a half of lived life experience to draw the second album
Yeah.
like off of. I don't know.
I guess it's all about your influences too, like what you're listening to in terms of music. Like think about all the different kinds of changes that Kendrick Lamar's music has gone through.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator too, yeah. His newer stuff is very like grand and artsy.
Yeah, yeah, which is it's
in a
like
good way.
Good to see, but also like I don't know, it's weird. Like I don't know.
We need people like the Baby in this music industry.
We do. I completely agree. It's just I think at this point, maybe this is just dumb as hell and you're going to disagree, but I think at this point, if you're a rapper, success in rap and in music in general is so like flash in the pan. Like you never know when it's going to be over. So like if you catch any buzz at all, I feel like reinventing the wheel is not like evolving as an artist.
Yeah, no.
Isn't like maybe
like,
the best career decision, honestly. Like if people like your one type of ratchet rap or your one type of
No, I think it is because like think about Juice WRLD. I feel like if Juice WRLD just makes Juice WRLD songs forever, that's gonna get real old. This like emo wave is going to end of very sad, very purposely like
self-harming.
Not even just like I don't want to say stupid either, but just like super sappy lyrics. Like you've heard some of these lyrics that are
absolutely.
just like cut myself in half because my girlfriend left me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But that line was kind of hard though. Like I would listen to a full song of that. If you expounded on that, I would listen. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like Juice WRLD already now is like sounding old and tired, so it's like you gotta reinvent yourself and change the way you make music.
I do a show on Twitch sometimes with Tom where we like talk about people's music. Like people can send music for feedback, and some like sad boy music is real big. Like I get so many songs that are just like this is sad. The lyrics are just so depressing and like in that corny way.
I'm about to get woke
all
on
the
you.
Same like beats.
See, brother. The problem is, what you're missing is if you would read between the lines, you would see that your SoundCloud show is painting a picture of the depression that our youth is afflicted with today, brother. Can I get an amen? Amen. Thank you, sir. And now, as I stand on this pulpit here today, I ask you to self-reflect on what I am telling you. Nah, it is funny though. I mean, think about it though. You're getting a lot of music probably made from what age group?
Oh, they're definitely all like kids.
Like under 21?
Yeah, for sure. But I was just amazed at how popular that
like
style is.
Dude, it's because everyone's hurting. Look to your left, brother. Look to your left, sister. That person is hurting. You don't know the trials and tribulations that they've been through.
It's all... You remember when we were in like middle school though? Mm-hmm. Like alt-rock bands and stuff?
Yeah.
It's all covered territory and like...
We all
go through it. It was not mainstream back then.
You don't think so?
I guess it was. Just in a different kind of way.
Like Panic at the Disco was hard when I was in middle school. Like,
that's true.
Like if you weren't like teasing your hair and wearing eyeliner and like a studded belt, like you didn't fit in. Like,
in a way, Like, I guess it was counterculture, but it was like the mainstream counterculture, kind of like how Juice WRLD is now.
Yeah, exactly, and how these sad artists like are now. It's really scratching the same.
They're all just so sad.
Dude, because when
it's so melodramatic.
Dude, because when you're 15 and your old crush is hooking up with your boy, bro, and you still see her shadows in your bedroom, bro. Your mom made you keep the door open, but you still see her shadows in your room. And Juice WRLD is mad relatable.
It's super relatable.
And like, yeah, they are catchy and melodic, and like that helps. But like, the substance is obviously lowbrow, but it's just.
It's not even like, I guess it is kind of lowbrow.
Dude, you just said the line was cut me in half, my girlfriend left me. You know it's lowbrow, dog.
I don't know. It's just cheap. I feel like the sad songs and love songs are so easy. If they're just like generic
R&B
like that.
sensation Josiah about to break on the scene. Uh-oh.
True.
I know. I always wonder. Like, I honestly feel the opposite. I feel
like a generic sad song is really easy. Like a sad song that could be about anyone or
Wow,
anything.
really?
Like that doesn't give you any kind of specific emotion or feeling. I'm not saying that all sad songs are easy or like every single sad, but I'm just saying it's very easy to make a song that is sad and not about anything. Like not actually have any experience.
Right. Like it's mad easy
about.
to make a song about not caring about shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, because like you don't have to care about.
Like you just have to say like, honestly, like kind of funny sad lines. I feel like half of it is ironic. Like it has to be, right?
Yeah, but like what's so funny is like it's literally like rap is just the greatest genre in the world because like where else can you listen to a song where like a guy can literally say like I hate myself, I feel like dying, and then it's just like, and then I took your and that's why she's lying. It's like, how do you go from the most depressed lyric to like the most egotistical self.
And I pop Zans, I don't know why I'm crying.
Yeah, like, yo, that's hard right there. Like, that's the thing. I would listen to a song that played that. It's so funny.
But, like, that kind of just goes to show the point. Like, we just made this song together. We could then give these lyrics to a third person who has no connection to any of it, and then they could just say it. Like,
and it would be so...
I feel like it doesn't come from a real place.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like
not all of it, though. Like, some of it does, and it stands out because it does.
Exactly. Cough, cough, Lil Peep.
Yeah, exactly. You were on that train early.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I feel like it's harder. I don't know. I feel like it's harder to write a love song than it is to write a sad song.
Again, I feel like it's easy to write bad. Like
just bad lyrics.
Yeah, like, listen to radio music. Like it's very easy to write generic lyrics about love. Like just abstract kind of love things. Like I don't know. If you play like a sad acoustic guitar, I could just start like saying
things that
stuff
like,
in a melody because the melody is the most important part. It's more important than what you're saying.
I just blew my own brain. Ready? Writing a radio song is like writing out horoscopes for people. You're trying to write something that's vague enough to relate to everybody,
he's onto something with this.
But specific enough to make everybody feel like it's written about them.
That's exactly what it is. If you're trying to write a radio song.
Yeah, exactly.
Some stuff gets on the radio and it's really, really good because it's like they weren't trying to do that.
Yeah, true. Damn, I think I just cracked the code on how to write a radio song. You hire a horoscope writer.
Ooh, radio songs are a lot like horoscopes. I do like that.
Yeah, that's a trip off that.
What do you think of horoscopes? What do you think about people who put a lot of weight behind horoscopes? I feel like we've touched on this before.
Yeah,
I want to get your revised
I don't know,
opinion.
bro. Like, if you feel it, whatever. Honestly, dude, we're like primates on a floating rock hurtling through space. Like, if whatever, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, dog. Like, whatever you need to get you through your day, as long as it's like not harming anyone else or like carrying dogmatism that is eventually going to hurt other people.
Does your girlfriend care about horoscopes?
No, I don't think she reads a daily one.
If she was super into them,
she's more into like
and
tarot
made
cards
decisions
and stuff.
based off of them.
No, she's more into like reading, getting wine drunk, and like reading tarot cards, or like, or like I don't think she's checking.
How do you
her
read tarot
horoscope
cards? Do you know? Have you managed to glean that information?
I think every pack is different, but like I'm pretty sure like you put the cards down in like a circle, or like some of them come with mats where it's like you're supposed to like shuffle the deck, and then like. There's like I'm pretty sure it's like a clock almost, like there's 12 spots around, and like each one is like the top spot will be like the future, the past, the present, goals, like all these
and
random
you flip
things.
A card, and each card has a meaning that you decide
can correspond with that I guess time or like idea. I don't know, but like yeah, like I said, I mean whatever people need, man. Like I personally don't need anything like that, but I can't say that like you're a scumbag if you do, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
People who have the auto horoscope on their Twitter.
Yeah.
Every
so annoying.
Horoscope gets posted.
And also like I don't know, it's obviously annoying, but like I concede it when it happens to me in person. But like when we're talking about something, and I'm just like, that's such a sad thing of you to say, or like that's such.
Did we talk about...
such a Taurus. Like, everybody knows that's like, what are you doing?
I feel like we didn't talk about... We talked about Bagel Man on the live stream, the Bagel Boss. But did you talk about the Bagel Boss fight
Nah.
Do you have any info on that? I know you're big in the fight scene, so
Yeah,
I figured
the
it'd be pretty
Bagel
high on
Boss
your
guy,
radar.
bro. Okay, this is absolutely insane. The Bagel Boss guy got an invite to train at a gym in New Jersey, where literally some of the best fighters on earth train, like people that are in the top 10 of their division, and like I don't know.
What do you think about all this attention that Bagel
It's
Boss is
obviously
getting?
bad.
Bad?
It's obviously not good. He's not a well-adjusted member of society.
Yeah,
I'm just
like
gonna say that.
I felt bad for him when everyone was like crapping on him, but then everyone just started like giving him stuff.
Yeah,
Because I guess everyone kind of felt a little sympathy for him, but like, I hope he goes to therapy. Like I know with all that money, and I don't even mean that in any sort of bad way. Like he does not deal with his
He's not well adjusted. Like this, and this is the thing that was. I tweeted about this on my MMA account at Tev Talks MMA. Shameless plug, but yeah, it was just because there was a video that leaked of him that was just he was like shadow boxing in this gym, just like obviously horribly, like almost like sarcastically.
It's a joke.
And then he like shuffled over to the fence and like threw some just these bogus combinations at the fence and like all the guys in the gym are kind of like laughing and like, oh, get it, champ, and I'm just like, dude, what's so annoying about you, dude, is that like your whole thing is that like you're mad at the world and even more specifically mad at women because they tease you about being short, but then have no issue like doing something that's only funny because you're short, dude. Like if I went in that gym at 5'11", 6 feet and shadow box like that, they'd be like, get out. like what? Would you think this is a joke? Like it's only funny.
Well, now he's getting paid for it.
It's so annoying.
I don't know. I just feel like,
fam, what's the next Bagel Boss? How do we get in on this? Like
I know, yeah.
Let's what public place? Like let's just cause ruckus at a laundromat or some shit and like maybe get a podcast deal off that, and we'll call it The Laundromat, and we'll do it from a laundromat. And I don't know what we're gonna do. Do laundromats have that like? Never mind. Never mind. That's a bad show idea.
Keep thinking though. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll find a public place. Maybe we'll just be like Starbucks guys, and we'll go into Starbucks.
No, it's because he was so short and so mad. That's what really got him the in. I feel like
also he got
I don't know,
body slammed in that Bagel Boss. Like,
yeah, that was pretty.
That led to a physical altercation.
I think you could just like put your hand on his head and he'd be like swinging his arms around.
Honestly though, like, and again, like you said, I hope this dude needs therapy.
When the virility of his current memeness wears off, he's just gonna be a sad guy.
Just another sad guy.
A sad, very angry guy with a bunch of money now.
It's just
so I don't know.
It's just dumb. Like
he should become a monk.
These people, man, it's so wild. And like what's even crazier is like this isn't like an isolated incident. That's what's annoying about it.
I saw a video where he like left a girl in like a raining parking lot after she wouldn't come back to his house with him. And he's just driving away with his camera, and she's like in the background, and he's just cackling.
It's like, yo, this dude doesn't deserve good things to happen to him. He deserves to like go to therapy and like.
I hope
it's just crazy.
The dude he's fighting is the guy from that old meme, the like hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah,
he's gonna fight him.
It's just so dumb, man. It's so dumb. Like,
think about it. The world is dying.
Yeah, like guys, there's way more important things happening. Like also like. That video of him flipping out in the bagel shop could have went so much worse. Like, dude, somebody who acts like that.
He lived in a van. Like, I don't know. This guy was on the edge doing something bad. But dude, he got a bunch of stuff, and now I think he'll be fine. But
it's just nonsense, man. Like, I don't know. People who act like that in public, bro, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, you clearly aren't operating in the right frame of mind because, like, you don't know what people are capable of. Like, the fact that he's pointing at another guy's face that's, like, 6'4", that's telling him, or looks 6'4" because he's 4'10". But, like, the fact that he's got his arms pressed, like, bumping into him, saying, like, yo, like, you're not... What was the funniest thing about this? He says, you're not my boss, you're not God, and you're not my father. I don't have to listen to you. And it's like, bro, you're, like, 60. You would still listen to your father if he was still... Like, why is your father even an authoritative person in your life at this point? But that's besides the point. You don't bump somebody. You don't know what this person's capable of. As soon as you touch someone, like, that didn't have to end with him, like, f*** you on the way out and pointing those middle fingers and getting kicked out. Like, that could have ended with him unconscious with a broken jaw, missing teeth. That could have ended up with him a lot worse off
being
Then
that
how it
small,
ended.
like, you know, MMA stuff, like, isn't your center of gravity, like, it must be so, you can just, like, Spartan kick him across the room.
It's just you just don't know, man. You're not well adjusted to pick a fight, bro, in public.
I
Like,
wonder if
over nothing, bro. Something's up.
if somebody that short trained in MMA really, really hard, and they, like, got really good at, like, a special short person MMA.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that could, like, throw people's games off and they could actually be really good?
Sometimes being the shorter person isn't.
I'm talking as short as this guy.
As short as this guy? Well, first thing he'd
Has
have
that
to.
ever happened? Is there anyone super duper? Who's the shortest guy in
the
MMA?
Shortest guy
now?
in MMA. I mean, what's crazy is there's Henry Cejudo, and he's the 125 pound and 135 pound world champ, and he's 5'4".
That's pretty short.
5'3".
I feel like Bagel Paws is like 4 foot though.
I think he might be a little bit taller than 4 feet, but not by much. But
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, there's short fighters that are absolutely incredible. Some would say that the shorter the fighter, the better the fighter.
Really?
Yeah, for reasons that you said. Well, I shouldn't say the shorter. I should say the lighter. Like a heavyweight fights are usually awful because like they're too big to do a million different techniques. Like a 6'7" guy has a lot more trouble high kicking 30 times in a fight than like a 5'4" guy does, like Henry Cejudo.
Are there any? There probably aren't. Are there any like ex-sumo wrestlers in the UFC?
No.
Yeah.
No, but when the UFC started, like if you go back and watch like UFC 1, it was UFC 1 is hilarious, bro. We could have, you know what would be hilarious? Doing a reaction video to UFC 1. Because UFC 1 was literally like, it was like
Is that anything, right? Like there are no rules.
No rules. But also, like, they basically, like, it seems like it's literally the start of the UFC is like a perfect, like, 80s movie. It's like a bunch of guys got together and rented out a stadium and decided that, like, they were going to go up to, like, the telephone poles out in a whole country, posting posters that was like, think you're a badass, show up to the UFC at this stadium. Like, I feel like it was so...
It's like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, literally like Dragon Ball Z. And they were doing this at, like, they would go to a Taekwondo gym where they were just learning Taekwondo, very specific martial arts, and be like, hey, who's the baddest guy in here? You want to, like, fight other people and see if, like, Taekwondo can, like, kick a karate guy's ass?
Yeah.
Like, and then they would go to a karate dojo, and then they would go to a, you know, like, a sumo wrestler place to see like which martial art is the greatest martial art. Then they went to a boxing place, then they went to a kickboxing place, and it was basically just like show up how you want to fight. So like the boxer shows up and he's in like shoes, boxing shorts, and 2 gloves, which like obviously is absolutely awful for MMA because you don't have access to your fingers and you can't grab. But like these people didn't know what they were doing, so like one guy shows up kickboxing, one guy shows up ready for Muay Thai.
It's like a video game, like they all have these different outfits on.
Just completely different.
Like a sumo.
Jiu-jitsu guy just has his gi on. Taekwondo guy just has his pants on with a black belt tied around, no shirt. People thought it was Karate Kid. Like it's actually like they were showing up like that. Like the sumo wrestler was there and he was in the thick
weird diaper thing.
Yeah, the weird diaper thing. And like the first dude, it was crazy. We should do a reaction video to it. The first sumo wrestler guy fights a Taekwondo guy and literally gets a tooth. The sumo wrestler gets a tooth kicked into like the 7th row, dude. It's like
such a different. Sumo wrestling was like a ceremonial. I feel like that's some rich people stuff.
Yeah.
Like going to see sumo wrestling, I feel like we're not on that level.
Yeah, maybe not. I would love to go though.
We're gonna change the format of the show. I feel like we should just bring that up.
Yeah, might as well.
I just thought
pretty
about
much the
how
end of the
crazy
episode.
a sumo episode would be.
All right,
because I learned some facts about sumo wrestling that are crazy. But
why don't you lay out the new format for the show going forward?
So after this episode, we're gonna continue to have live streams where we talk about the news in a punctual manner. But we're gonna start doing trip off this specific topic. So like we'll have one on sumo wrestling, or like Supermax Prisons was another idea,
right?
Or trash.
And these will be episodes focused around that central concept with us talking about it, debating about it, cracking jokes about it, obviously. And then some other random stuff. Informing you, I guess you would say.
All facts. We're going to do our research for these.
Facts only. Yeah, we'll research it. And like
we could even do like I'm thinking we could do like specific people eventually once we get our research really well.
Okay.
Like I don't know, I'd trip off this Dinesh D'Souza. He's done some stuff.
Yeah, no, he has.
Who's the guy? Dick Cheney.
Yeah, that was crazy. Remember when Borat a few months ago had him sign an empty water jug?
Yes.
that he claimed to have waterboarded his own wife with. And Dick Cheney was like, yeah, I'll sign that. Anyways. Crazy.
What happened to that dude? I feel like his show stopped and he fell off the earth.
That's how he operates, though.
What was that guy's name? What's his name?
The guy that does...
Borat?
This Is America. That's Sacha Baron Cohen.
You got it.
And that show was called
This
Is
America. He does some crazy stuff.
Yeah, his show is amazing. But yeah, that's the new format of the podcast going forward. So they're going to be...
If you have any ideas, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
do you have any ideas, Tevin, right now?
For the
for like things?
Concepts, topic? Well, we already have... What did we have? I'd like to talk about... we have Supermax prisons, trash, and how much humans create of it. I would like to talk about the show Whale Wars. I think that's a hilarious show.
Fair enough. Or isn't that about whaling?
Yeah.
So maybe we could talk about whaling in greater context.
And I'll talk about Whale Wars.
Okay, so the research I did for this was I watched every episode.
17 seasons of Whale Wars. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But that'll
modern
be some
whaling in particular.
Yeah, modern whaling, even like the history of whaling.
Real caught up in the history.
We live in a very whaling heavy area, or what used to be.
That's true.
A very heavy whaling area. So
that'll come up in the whaling episodes.
Yeah, and we're not gonna make it boring though. It's not gonna feel like a project.
Yeah.
We're gonna crack jokes the whole way, like we always do. On the
Trip
Trip
of
Up
good
This
ones. I was
podcast.
thinking we could do like TDE, like we could do like record labels.
Yeah.
If we could find some cool ones.
Yep.
Suge
We'll obviously
Knight.
do history topics. Yep, we'll do Suge Knight. We'll do a bunch of fun ones. Y'all will let us know any dope ones. Do you have any closing thoughts? Do you have anything you want to say about briefly, maybe at the end, the fact that A$AP Rocky's never gonna get out of prison if
Let's
Trump
talk
keeps
about A$AP
tweeting
Rocky
about
real quick. So one, the people who allegedly had touched some girl or something that were following him got all their charges dropped. So now they aren't being prosecuted for anything. And the new evidence that I read today was that apparently Rocky and his crew, Rocky in particular, hit the dude in the back of the head with a bottle. So which adds a lot of time in Sweden. That's not good. Now it's a weapon involved and stuff. And
a deadly weapon.
They looked through their phones and there were messages from other people in the crew saying how they hoped Rocky deleted all the videos and
Oh my
stuff
God.
like that. So it's not. And then I feel like Trump made it impossible for him to ever get any kind of a deal. Why would they? They're gonna throw the book at him now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. To be honest, I really couldn't care less.
Do you have sympathy for Rocky?
Not really, no.
I feel like a lot of those celebs
Not
are
really,
just
no.
friends with him. They're just standing up for their friend. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. I really could not care less. I mean, again, me and you talked about it briefly on text, but A$AP Rocky, no matter what the facts are, committed a crime in a foreign country, and anyone who did that here would
In
be
a
subject,
city, in on a busy street.
And I was telling you, if a if a German DJ came over here and stole a car, and then Merkel was like, "Hey, we should let that DJ out." He's cool. You think we would just capitulate and be like, "Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. This is a famous person. He's above the law." Absolutely not. Never mind the fact that
I
Trump
think that backdoor deals get made constantly, but by making it such an upfront thing now, it's not going to happen.
by insulting you.
Yeah.
By saying you guys are dumb, let my guy out. It's so many.
Imagine if they did let him out. Imagine how half-hearted A$AP Rocky's performance would be at the next Trump campaign rally, where he's performing his songs opening for Trump.
Oh my God, dude!
I'd like to thank Trump for getting me out of Sweden.
Yo, it's lit, A$AP Fest. He's like, I'd like to.
He has to wear the Trump hat.
Yeah, he's got the MAGA head on, but he's wearing it to the side. And he's like, yo, I'd like to shout out A$AP Trump. Trump is now part of A$AP mob gang.
Ooh.
We're taking him to Brooklyn. We're riding through. Honestly, who cares? It's so stupid. There's a million more important things to talk about. We could talk about the fact that Trump just went against the Senate to continue selling weapons to Saudi Arabia. That's infinitely more important than A$AP Rocky sitting in a cell that probably has better prison conditions than the hundreds and thousands of people stuck at the border. There's a million things that are infinitely more important than
The ICE
a
stuff is
decent
so
rapper.
bad too. The ICE videos you see are awful. Oh my God, it's like
Yeah.
secret police. I don't know. I can't.
It's we don't have enough time to talk
We
about
don't
how
have enough
foul that is.
I mean, if it's not gone in a year, we're making a trip up this ICE episode. But I want it to go away. Hopefully, I don't want to make that episode.
No, that's gonna be a lot less fun. That's gonna be a lot less
Yeah.
funny.
But there's a lot of crazy stuff involving it.
Yeah, it'll be fleshed out. But we'll be back. with our first, our brand new first episode. How about that? Of
I wish we knew what it would be.
Nah, leave them on a cliffhanger.
Okay, we'll decide if we really can spill it.
All right, later. Trip off this.